Unit 4B. Exercise 5A. Page 50. Speaker 1.
I was on vacation last year in Paris when I ran into Mrs. Melville, my old French teacher, at the Louvre. She helped me so much when I was in school that I really wanted to do something to repay her, so I invited her to lunch. We went to a really nice restaurant, and I told her to order whatever she wanted, that it was my treat. It was great talking about old times, and the food was delicious. Then the bill came, and I opened my purse to get my credit card, but I couldn't find it. I searched everywhere, but it was nowhere to be found. I didn't even have enough cash to pay the bill, so in the end, I had to borrow money from Mrs. Melville. I was so embarrassed. I got her address, of course, and paid her back as soon as I could, but that's not the point, is it?
Speaker 2.
A couple of years ago, I was on vacation in San Francisco. Everything was wonderful until I got to the airport to catch my flight back home. The airlines had canceled all flights back to Canada due to bad weather. We waited in the departure lounge for hours. It was incredibly crowded and, of course, everyone had lots of luggage. All we could do was sit and wait. Finally, we were all put on buses and taken to nearby hotels for the night. The next day we went to the airport again, and luckily we only had to wait a couple of hours before we were put on a flight home.
Speaker 3.
A few years ago, I went to a beach resort for the first time. It was beautiful, the longest beaches I'd ever seen lined with palm trees. On the first day, I found the perfect spot on the beach. I put on my suntan oil, lay down, and fell asleep. I woke up hours later, alone on the beach and red all over. I had the worst sunburn of my life, and I had to spend my 10-day vacation in my hotel room covered in cream. Then, to make things worse, I started peeling as soon as I got back home. I went back to work with a red peeling face. What a nightmare!
Speaker 4.
Last year, we decided to visit our daughter. She was living in Spain at the time, wasn't she, honey? Now, we wanted to surprise her, so we made all the arrangements ourselves. Our plane landed in Madrid on time. Then we had to catch a bus to Valladolid. As soon as we got off the bus, we called our daughter so that she could come and pick us up. It was only then that we realized we'd taken the wrong bus. We were in Valdepeñas, not Valladolid. Our daughter did come and pick us up, but she had to drive more than 150 miles to get us. Much longer than we had planned.
Speaker 5.
I had a terrible year, so I decided to treat myself to a cruise. I chose the most luxurious one I could afford, a week of island hopping in the Caribbean. What I didn't take into consideration, however, was that it was the rainy season. The seas were really rough, it rained almost non-stop, and I got seasick. I spent most of the time either in bed or in the bathroom throwing up. I couldn't eat or drink anything except water. So much for the gourmet food. What a waste.